Before we dive into this episode, we wanted to take the opportunity to say a heartfelt thank you for being here. Whether you've been with us from the very beginning when we started this podcast in 2019 or you're new, welcome.
We hope you enjoy what you hear, and if you do, please download it, share it with friends, and leave a review. It really helps us get better guests and share the midlife love.
In this week's episode of the Midlife Mentors podcast, we're opening up about the things that have shifted in our marriage over the past year. It hasn't all been smooth sailing, far from it. There were seasons that stretched us, humbled us, and asked more of us than we expected. But through honest reflection, deeper faith, and a bit of guidance from outside, we found our way into a stronger, more grounded partnership. A love with more tenderness, more truth, and far more respect.
We each share the 3 changes we've seen in the other that have made a powerful, positive difference. Our hope is that something in our story helps you feel seen, less alone, and encouraged about what's possible in your own relationships. None of us have it all figured out. We're all learning, growing, and doing the best we can. So take what resonates and be gentle with yourself along the way. Hi, I'm James Davis.
And I'm Claire Davis.
We're the Midlife Mentors, here to lift the lid on how to achieve health and happiness.
The balanced, no-nonsense way.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Midlife Mentors with me, James.
And me, Claire. I don't know why you were taking such long breaths then before you came on. It was like hyperventilating.
Mentally preparing myself.
You have had a busy week.
I have had a busy week.
Very, very busy week.
I just want to say first, listeners, I know it's been a few in a row of just Claire and I, but we have got some great guests coming up.
Yeah.
From next episode onwards.
It's just timings haven't worked out with some of these amazing guests that we've wanted to get on, and they are worth waiting for. It just means that you've had a little bit too much of us probably recently. And we've been a bit haphazard. Life's got in the way. I'm not going to put any pressure on ourselves. It's just been a little bit like that. But we're still doing it. We're still doing once a week pretty much, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Today would be a nice one, right? It's a bit of a personal one. Claire came up with this.
Of course, because I'm amazing at these things.
three changes we've noticed in each other. So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
But
last year.
In the last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we get into that.
Why have you been busy, Mr. D?
Well, as you know, we're living in Ibiza now, but I mean, scarcely got here and got unpacked. Then I had to fly back to London because I was fortunate. Obviously, it's Men's Health Month. Wednesday was International Men's Health Day, so I was delivering workshops. I was actually a keynote speaker for Deutsche Bank at their headquarters in Moorfields, and it was just incredible, actually. I knew that it was kind of a kind of day organised around men's health, but I didn't realise how many external people they were bringing in. It's really great. They had Andy's Man Club there, Metal, the mental health app. They had footballers. They had other people from other banks that support men's health initiatives. It was really great to see that they gathered a load of external people as well. So I was the keynote speaker. So I was in a big auditorium, also streamed out across Deutsche Bank's network. And it was quite a challenge for me, actually. I had a nice kind of 45, 50-minute workshop to go through with slides. And first of all, the clicker wouldn't work, so I had to improvise on the fly. And then after about 5 slides, it stopped because they got the wrong deck. So I had to freestyle for a while. But I actually really enjoyed that because... I know my subject. Then we got the slides back, and it was all great. But what was really heartening, I did that one, and then later on, I was at Lane Clark Peacock again, sitting with a lovely lady, and we were talking about the menopause experience, the andropause experience. And I'd say at both these events, what was really interesting was the level of interaction from the audience and the amount of questions we were being asked. But particularly the Deutsche Bank one, a lot of questions leading to things about life values, psychological tools, all that kind of stuff. Also managed to have loads of exciting meetings, which I'm sure you'll hear about down the line. And I've just landed back in Ibiza And we're doing this?
Yeah, like you have been really busy. You flew out on Tuesday, came back Friday. I had a stress parking at Ibiza airport yesterday. But yeah, it's been hectic for you.
What have you been up to, Mrs. D?
I've just been doing bits and pieces. I
Like,
actually really enjoyed, like, if you know us at all and you've listened to our podcast before, you'll know that I actually really, really love my own space and time. I really do. So I never get lonely. I don't get bored. I spend a lot of time in reflection and doing the things that, yeah, I enjoy doing. So that was it, really. But I'm very aware that we are going to dive in today talking about the three things between us. So I've got three things for James, and James has got three things for me. Around like what we feel we have transformed and changed, and we've seen in each other. And the reason we're doing this, I suppose, is not because it's about the Claire and James show. I'd encourage you actually to have these conversations with your partners, maybe, and because it's all too easy sometimes to focus on the hard bits, the negative bits, the bits that piss you off and annoy you. But actually, it's really, really encouraging sometimes and really helpful for that person to believe in themselves and feel better about themselves, because we all have self-doubt, and to feel better about themselves if we point out some of the things that we love about them. So I think that's really what was on my mind when I came up with this idea was, yes, James and I are going to do it and share a little bit about our story, because humans, we love stories, don't we? And we love to relate to people through stories. So we're going to share a little bit about that. But yeah, just encourage you to maybe do this with your partner. Come on, let us know how that goes. But I'm going to put you on the spot first of all.
I thought it was going to be ladies first.
Oh, it never is. That'd be you then.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Off you go then. No, actually, I do want you to go first. If that's okay.
So I think I'm going to go with my first one, because I think that also plays into the second one. And my first one is just, I've really noticed in the last year, probably in the last 6 months especially, how much calmer you've become. Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got I'd say a really palpable sense of inner peace that I can feel, that I think wasn't always there. I think it fluctuated quite wildly for you.
And how's that impacted you in that sense that you can see a bit of calmness and peace that I have? How does that impact you?
Well, I think selfishly it allows me to relax a bit, because I'm not trying to be mindful of whether you're, potentially in a bad mood, if something's like hit you that's gonna make you kind of
Anxious,
angry, anxious, that kind of thing. You're a lot more stable in your moods. So that's allowed me to, I guess, to be more stable in my mood, because the energy effect of two people together. So
yeah, and I think thank you. I think that's also so much such a big part of us, because we do live together, we work together. It's this whole molding and this kind of this work and personal life just kind of molds into one. We're with each other a lot, so obviously our moods and how we're seeing the world and how we're seeing ourselves really impacts the other person. Why are you laughing at me?
I will say, listeners, we did have an incident yesterday. So I was in the UK. Claire was trying to get on a work call, and there was a delivery man was trying to deliver something to the apartment here, but he only had my number, so he was messaging me. Going, where is she? And so, yeah, I'd say that the inner calmness probably disappeared a little bit there, for understandable reasons.
I was trying to get on a work call, that's why.
It was just quite funny. Like, the guy was just messaging me with little chuckle faces going,
yes, so thank you for saying that. And I would say I've seen the same in you. So maybe we're just kind of bouncing off each other, but I have noticed you're a lot more patient. And with your slight ADHD, one of the things that has always upset me, or really, really, it used to feel like almost rejection for me, was when you used to get impatient with me. And that used to made me feel like I'd done something wrong. And this again was triggering my little girl inside me when he was impatient and rolling his eyes. And it almost felt quite claustrophobic, and like I'd done something wrong and I was in the wrong. And so you're a lot more balanced and patient and calm as well. with me, and that has just created a much more even keel, a lot more flow. I feel like I'm able to say kind of no to you in those situations, because if you were impatient before, I'd feel like I was walking on eggshells a little bit, and that I couldn't say, no, hang on a minute, I'm doing something, or can you give me another few minutes? Because then you would get cross and angry and make me feel bad. So now I feel way more able to say, hang on a minute, you were doing that, I'm doing this. Can you give me a few moments? So yeah, it feels a lot more balanced and calm.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
I do. And
More
I think that,
patient,
you
more
know,
patient.
it's interesting, isn't it? Because that probably comes also reflects off your more your sense of equilibrium and your great levels of calmness.
Yeah.
Although whereas my impatience is driven by my ADHD,
Yeah.
just wanting to get stuff done.
Yeah.
As soon as I get an idea in my head of wanting to do something, I'm like all guns blazing at it straight away.
Yeah, and you're still like that a little bit, but you're more able to
Moderate it.
yeah, no, but when I point that out to you and I'm like, hang on a minute, James, you're getting impatient there. This is not the way I thought it was going to go. You've kind of changed your mind very quickly and you're on to the next thing. You're really open to listening to that and understanding how that's coming across to me.
Yeah. I think I've got better at utilizing the tools that I teach, right, which is managing my thoughts and emotions.
Yeah.
And going, okay, is that what I want to experience right now, or can I reframe that? And yeah, so that's
And I think also with those things that really trigger you as the other person in the relationship, I would then get, when he was impatient, I'd then get really angry. So not only did I feel wounded and kind of like I was walking on eggshells, I would then get angry that I felt like that. So then this whole spiral would ensue. But we're good. This is good. This is progress since today. I love it. I love it. Okay, what's your number 2?
So the second thing is, and I think this comes from your calmness, or it's definitely related to it, is I've just seen greater inner confidence in you. So I think
nuts, isn't it, that you say that? I don't see that.
So I think Claire, that's one of the first things that attracted me to Claire is that she was so super confident, so out there. But I think hopefully this will go down the right way. I think when you get to know her really, really well, you recognize that sometimes that confidence isn't really coming from confidence. It was coming from a place of low confidence, really. So it's projecting outwards, like I'm going to put this front on, and that's disappeared now. You're much happier just to be. This is me. This is who I am. If there's something that I want to say, I'll say it. If not, I'm not going to speak for the sake of it. And it's been beautiful to watch that journey and see your confidence grow. And I also see it playing out in how you're presenting yourself, in social media, particularly on LinkedIn, and in conversations with people. It's just, you're just calmer, confident, and it's a really strong inner confidence.
I'm crying, by the way. There's some of this is on video. We are doing a video, but I'm really emotional about that because James is completely right, and you don't realise when you're in it. I am a very extroverted person, but I do believe that some of that was very much, like James said, coming from not feeling okay within myself and feeling like I had to validate myself from external circumstances or external people and be seen and heard and to matter but to the outside rather than to myself and to other people to tell me that about myself and to be liked and all of that kind of stuff. And that's what gave me a full sense of confidence. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I don't see it so much because I feel that maybe I've still got in my head that confidence is that external thing, that it is out there, and I don't do that so much, and I'm not out there as much as I was, and I quite like that. And so I suppose I'm getting used to what you mean by inner confidence, and I'm getting used to what that feels like because I've never had that. I suppose I can relate it to when I'm standing on stage or doing workshops or anything like that. I always used to feel like I had to project to myself or I had to be something or I had to sound smart or validate myself or something like that. And now when I speak, and I've noticed this when we do workshops and things at events, I'm just, it's not this it's just coming from that place of knowing myself and being okay with that.
It's beautiful. I'm really impressed and honoured to witness.
I don't know whether that makes sense, listeners, but I'm trying to articulate it myself at the moment, so I don't really understand it too much myself. But yeah, hopefully that makes a bit of sense. My second one for James is, oh, he's having a cough. My second one is seeing James step into his power, his masculine power in all the most amazing ways, and remembering who he really is. Because I've seen James really knocked. This is quite emotional. This is more emotional than I thought. I think I've got some hormones going on. No, actually, it's just emotional, and that's okay, no matter what time of the month it is. Yeah, I've seen James go through such a lot. Just, before we even got together, I saw him go through a lot, and I saw the repercussions of so much pain and anguish and disappointment and being let down and people telling him he's not good enough and all of that kind of stuff. And I know that James has shared that that's part of the reason you wrote the Midlife Male Handbook, because there was a loss of confidence and self-esteem and knowing who you were. Definitely hormonal, but definitely stuff that had been happening in your life for a very, very long time. And I saw the repercussions of that, and it broke my heart, because James saying one of the things that attracted him to me at the beginning was his confidence. One of the things that attracted me to him was his fight and, his stamina at making things happen. He just used to make things happen. And I saw that dissolve over time in the mid-years of us being together. And so now seeing him step into who I've always known he really is, I think he's always known that he really is, but life knocks you down sometimes and takes away that essence and that self-belief. And so seeing him remember who he really is, and his strengths and his gifts and his wonderful kindness and what he can give to the world, I am so honoured. So it's one of the most beautiful things I've experienced in the last year and a half.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry for getting emotional.
A bit speechless by that. It's really lovely to hear. I'll be honest. I struggle.
Yeah.
To take it in. I'm still, and it's something I'm working on. I really struggle to receive praise, compliments, gratitude. I know that's something I need to work on, but I really do really hear that. So thank you. And it causes me to reflect. Like, you know what? I had a pretty tough run for about 10 years.
Yes, he really did. He really did.
With one thing and another. So if you're in the middle of a long run like that, just, know you can come out the other side. Still work to be done for me for sure, but I really do feel that I'm coming out. And so thank you for reflecting that back to me.
You're welcome. And I know that I do, but this isn't the first time you've heard that, but it's probably more difficult to actually hear it when I'm doing this publicly. Especially knowing that this is going to go out and it's not over an intimate glass of, well, I don't drink, but over coffees or something. But I just would say it's not just about you. I think what I love is seeing how James is serving, actually. So what he's doing with his time, it's almost like he realizes this isn't about him, but he's been given a mission by God. Call it what you want, but I do, James and I both believe that God has put us here for a reason. And I think James has really, really stepped into that. And it's not about him, it's about doing the best he can on earth and helping as many people as he possibly can. And that's why I think it's so special and so such an honor to see it.
Thank you. Well, my third one for you is that I've really seen you drop the weight of expectation. And I think also this is interconnected with the first two things. But I think before we both had this, this is something I'm still working on. I think we strive for so long. We're in such a striving place trying to build different facets of our business. Whenever we did something new, it's kind of like an expectation of like, oh, this will be the thing. This is what's going to work out. This will be the outcome. Or this conversation, this connection with this person. And there was disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. And I know that was something that particularly affected us both, but particularly affected you. But what I've witnessed
tipped me into burnout.
Yeah.
The constant expectation and the striving.
Well, the beautiful thing I've witnessed, I think, like in the last 6 months, definitely, is like you just go out and do stuff and have conversations, and there's no expectation on your side at all. And I can see how liberating that is for you. You're not like, oh, well, why should I have this conversation with this person? Like, it's just like, I'm just going to speak to this person. Go and do this thing. And I think that's really beautiful as well.
Yeah.
Listen, in life, we don't always have to be looking to get something. In fact, I believe the less we are that way, probably the more that will come to us, because we're just more open to whatever else might transpire.
Yeah, and I do feel like I need to just mention that this has all come from the 2.5 years ago, and me finding my faith.
Mm.
You know, this is all. This is there is. I cannot sit here and deny, and I won't, the unbelievable shift that came when I found faith, when I started going to church, and also in our marriage and in our relationship once James kind of started embracing that as well. This isn't because I'm trying to encourage anyone or convince anyone to go down this route, go to church, find their faith, whatever. I'm not saying that, but I can't, in my own integrity, have these conversations without saying everything that James has just mentioned about me, which is beautiful, is all because of my relationship with God. All of it, all of it. And there is a peace that surpasses all understanding. There is a letting go. There is a surrendering. There is a being present. There is being joyful for what I have right now. I'm not looking for external validation from other people because I have it from him and my relationship with him. None of this would have been possible without that facet at all. And I felt like I have to share that. Again, not to convince anyone, but just to share it. And then my final one with James is that he is setting boundaries far better. Again, this was always something that really hurt me to watch James doing, because people would take the absolute piss out of him. Some, not really friends, but there's certain situations where people would overstep the mark more than others, and more than others he would be unable to set the boundaries around those people. And so I have seen him do that, but with love, not from a place of losing anything, not from a place of anger or resentment, but again, from this place of knowing himself, having that peace that surpasses all understanding, having no expectations of other people, but actually honoring himself and having that sense of self-love and self-worth, that he's like, you know what? I'm a giving person. This is one of my other ones. I'm a giving person, but now that's gone over what I can give, and I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no now, and I'm going to do it with love and intention. And it's just been amazing to watch, because then he's got more energy. He used to give a lot of emotional and spiritual energy away to those people, and now he has so much. It goes back to this power thing that he has. There is just more empowerment in you.
Mm.
And again, it's wonderful to see, because you haven't lost anything. No one's left your life. You're just doing it in a more intentional way.
Thank you. Thank you. And actually, I want to share this. You made me reflect on that. I am a recovering people pleaser. And I always say that I am a people pleaser. I've talked about it on podcasts before. But I've just realized something what you're saying there is like, yes, by protecting my energy, it's not I'm giving less away. I think I was leaking it before.
Yes.
I was leaking it. I wasn't in control of where it was going. I reflect on the past few days and like how many interactions I had, but how focused I was able to be with my energy to each individual person. So I think that's a really big difference that I'm just realizing now when you've said it, is my energy was leaking before because I was trying to please everyone, but it wasn't really doing a good job. And now I'm boundaried. When I do give my energy, it's a lot more focused. So yeah,
And
thank you for that.
you're welcome. And we both came up with this. I said, I've got 4. And James was like, oh, I've got 4 as well. And we both had the same last one. So we're going to share it together at the same time, I suppose.
We both look good in the same underwear.
Where did that even come from? I mean, why? What? Why have you talked about underwear? No one wants to know that you wear my underwear. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I think I'd run a mile.
Only on special days.
Only on Fridays. So we both said that we are more giving, which is weird because of what we just said about boundaries and all that kind of stuff. But actually, because there is, for me, I'm going to speak for myself here, I suppose, because there's a less weight of expectation, what I can get, where I'm going, what life's supposed to look like. It does make you more giving. And again, for me, that started really at church. You know, I give of my time, I go and volunteer, I do coffee mornings sometimes. And there is something incredibly beautiful about giving and mixing with people of all different backgrounds. That's been really humbling for me.
Yeah, I'd echo that.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing that I've observed in you. And you actually, selfishly, you feel good from giving as well.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. But I've also seen that you are definitely more giving. Again, like this expectation, you'll jump on calls with people just because they've asked to speak to you. And again, you are more boundaried around that, but you are, you know, it might not be that they're going to work with you or it's going to go anywhere, but you still come off feeling energized because you have given something of yourself that is valuable, and that actually God gave you that gift to do that.
Yeah.
And as well as you being paid for certain events and things like that, the reciprocal part of that is that you also give.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a beautiful thing to do together.
I know. I hope you've kindly indulged us there a little bit. But I just want to say that this is all come after a lot of hard, painful work. And I think that's why I mean, my heart bursts with gratitude around the fact that James and I have stuck together through all the highs and lows. I know that anyone listening to this has been married for a short time or a long time. It doesn't actually matter how long you've been married. You might have gone through some really hard shit together. And it takes a lot of personal reflection and self-awareness and looking at how you are in the relationship to stay.
I hope you enjoyed that. It's been beautiful for us. Like I said at the start, we are going to be back with guests, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode, actually. Have you tried this with your partner? What happened? What did you learn about yourself or about them? Team@themidlifementors.com is how you can reach out to us always. Follow us on socials. And if you've enjoyed this, then do please write a little review, give us a rating, share it to your friends.
It really helps. And we're sending you so much love. Bye.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Midlife Mentors with Claire and James Davis.
We'd love to hear from you. So drop us a line at info@themidlifementors.com with any questions or topic suggestions.
And make sure you join us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can find us under the Midlife Mentors.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. And don't forget to take the Midlife Reset Audit now to receive personalised insights into what's holding you back from living your healthiest, happiest midlife. So go ahead and take the audit now at themidlifementors.com/audit.